How Hugh Freeze uses Jackson Arnold will be crucial.
He is going to shine. He will
You are Locked On Auburn, your daily podcast on the Auburn Tigers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Yes, welcome on into Locked On Auburn, your daily Auburn Tigers podcast. I'm your host, Zac Blackerby, and thank you so much for making Locked On Auburn your first listen every single day. Ben Taylor of Auburn Opelika this morning, managing the Auburn Network family of stations over there. Jackson Arnold and how he plays on Saturday is going to be crucial as he returns home to Norman. You've made it clear that you think he's going to shine on Saturday.
Yes, I think this is his moment. I think he is let loose. I think that we will see things offensively we have not seen over the first three ball games. And I think he's got something to prove. I mean, everybody loves to go back to their former place of work or former school, or, you know, the key is the only thing I think that keeps him from shining is Jackson. Does he press too hard and try to force throws that shouldn't be there? Otherwise, I think that, get him some confidence builders to start the game, as far as maybe some short passes. Also, let him get hit a couple of times. I know that sounds terrible, but he loves running the ball. So let him go ahead and run the ball and get hit a few times, get that mojo going. And then after that, I think the players rally around. I think the players love Jackson Arnold. So I think that the team rallies around him to say, hey, this is our brother in arms now, and we're going to go over here and we're going to let him show them why he should have never had to leave to go anywhere else, and that they messed up, not taking him over Mateer.
Yeah, in a game like this, there is no pitch count. If Jackson Arnold needs to run the ball 20 times, you run the ball with them 20 times. If they need to target Cam Coleman 10, 15 times, you do it. I don't think that'll happen because you have other guys like Singleton.
Yep.
That motion where they've brought Singleton across the formation in that jet sweep type motion, run that over and over and over again. Let Eric get the touches. Let Jackson keep it. Play action off of it. If something works against this Oklahoma front seven, who has been elite up to this point of the season, do it until they choose to adapt to it. And then with his RPO offense, say, hey, all right, now we're going to read exactly what you do. And we're going to kind of take what the defense gives us, which has been what Auburn has done pretty good at so far this year, especially against Baylor. You got to have that same mindset going into this game. Win no matter what it takes.
I also think our offense and Jackson Arnold, along with the rest of the players, are tired of hearing about Oklahoma's defense. Can Auburn do anything against Oklahoma's defense? Yeah, they've been solid running the ball. And when they've done the RPO stuff, Jackson's made the right reads and pulled it and picked it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a 4.5 to 5 yard pickup and then getting down on your rear end and sliding down. I mean, I think that's when everybody thinks RPO, they think big plays. They think, they're thinking that Nick Marshall and Cam Newton type stuff. And I'm like, you do that 3 or 4 times in a row and you pick up 4.5 to 5.5 yards each and every time. That's fine. That is a perfectly okay offense. It's okay to put together an 8.5 minute drive, Zach, on a team and demoralize them with a 5.5, 6 yard pickup, whether it be a quick pass, whether it be an RPO, whether it be just something off tackle. And next thing you know, you're down and you put 6 in the end zone, and you do that 3 or 4 times, and I don't care how good the defense is, they're sitting there going, what are we doing wrong? Like, where did we go wrong? And once you get them on their heels, then you can do whatever you want to do with them. And so, I think that what Auburn has done has been effective. I know that everybody likes to look at South Alabama, but I got to be honest with you, it looked very vanilla in the second half anyway. People forget that.
Well, Hugh Freeze said that he might have been too conservative in the second half.
Yeah. I mean, they put together drives, but Auburn did a decent job of putting together drives in the first half as well. 4 out of 5 times they down the field they score. So you do that against every team you play, where you first half 4 out of 5 times, second half 4 out of 5 times, you're gonna win a lot of ball games.
Right.
So I like Jackson Arnold to shine because I think he has made an emphasis, and I hope this continues, to protect the football, not put it on the ground, not make ill-advised throws. I only questioned probably one throw. It was an out that was dropped. They gave credit to the DB. If the DB has his head up, that probably was a pick six the other day on I forgot who it was to. It's the sideline. I think it was to one of the tight ends. It just went out, and the DB broke it up by basically getting their hand in there, but they had their head down and wasn't paying attention. I was like, man, if that's an SEC DB, that's probably house. That was probably not a good throw. But it wasn't an SEC DB, and Jackson knew that. So maybe that's why he made that throw.
Sure.
He didn't make that throw against Oklahoma or against Texas A&M, but he did against South Alabama.
Yeah, no, he's done a great job of keeping control of the football. And one of the things you mentioned, like, don't be afraid to have these long drives. I think those long drives should be part of the game plan for Auburn. You saw them do it at times against Baylor. You saw them do it against South Alabama. Both of those games included a 90-plus yard touchdown drive. The more you can keep John Mateer off the field, the better it is going to be for everyone involved on the Auburn side of things, especially your defense. Keep them fresh. Keep John Mateer limited, because obviously you can't score if you don't have the football. You can't do Heisman things if you don't have the football. So to me, that's the move. That's the move. See if they can have those long sustained drives. Use the short passing game. That's been pretty solid up to this point. Use Jackson Arnold's legs. Use Damari Austin. We expect him to play. Use Jeremiah Cobb. You've got the pieces to have a ball control offense on the road against Norman. And look, a big part of this has been how rowdy Norman's going to be. It's tough to cheer when you're giving up third down after third down on these long drives that are featuring 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, and you're finding ways to convert. Take the crowd out of it. I think that'd be I think that's obviously an ideal goal to have. And I think with what we've seen Auburn do so far this season, it's not crazy unlikely for it to happen.
If you make a crowd sit on their hands for 9 minutes while you put together just a demoralizing drive, along with keep their defense out on the field for 9 minutes,
right?
That will pay that pays so many dividends down the road in the fourth quarter, just because it'll come back and get them and haunt them, and they know that it can be done. So yes, I would love to see the deep ball too. I would love to see the quote unquote explosive plays, the 20-yard plus plays. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But I don't mind when you're averaging 5 and 6 yards a touch, whether it be a pass or like you said, like a jet sweep, or Arnold pulling it and just running 6 or 7 yards and hitting his rear end. I'm fine with that as well. That is perfectly okay. So yes, I think Jackson Arnold, if he can protect the football, not press too much, I think this is his return back to a team that he pulled for, was signed by, did not want him, and he's able to, quote unquote, just stick it to the man.
Yeah. Let's get Ben's picks for this game in just a moment, right here on Locked On Auburn. Today's show brought to you by our friends at Prize Picks, the daily fantasy app where making the right call can actually pay off. You and I make decisions every single day, but on Prize Picks, being right means cashing in. Football's back, so Prize Picks is the simplest and fastest way to get in on the action. Just pick more or less than on 2 to 6 player projections, and you can turn your takes, Ben Taylor, into real prizes, all in less than 60 seconds. Let's go. Download the Prize Pick app today. Use code LOCKEDONCollege to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONCollege, all one word, no spaces. Locked On College for $50 in lineups after your first $5 play. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Today's show also brought to you by our friends at Game Time. Ben, can you imagine buying tickets anywhere other than with our friends at Game Time?
No.
You
get to see your seat. You get to see what your view is going to be.
That's
pretty
correct.
awesome stuff.
Yep. They've got the lightning deals, and ticket prices drop the closer you get to the game. If folks are just traveling to Norman without tickets, you should be able to get a solid deal on Game Time the day of. So take the guesswork out of buying college football tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, that is promo code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today. Thank you so much for making Locked On Auburn your first listen every single day. Ben Taylor, give us your picks and predictions for Auburn's showdown with Oklahoma on Saturday.
Going to be, I'm going to reverse the, so I guess I'd hit the reverse if I were gambling, because what is it now? Up to 6.5, I think is what the line
6.5
is.
according to our friends at FanDuel. Yep.
So I'm going to say, I'd say reverse that and favor Auburn 6.5. I'm going to say something like a 32 or 33 to 25, 26 type game. And first 1 to 30 wins. And the reason there's a combination for that is, number one, don't get me wrong, Mateer looked great in that first game. I thought I told you and I had that conversation about the Missouri quarterback. Like, I was really impressed that first week out, some of the quarterbacks around the SEC, as opposed to those that were touted as being good, those that actually showed up and were good.
Sure.
However, if you look at the last couple of weeks, Mateer's numbers, I mean, they're okay. I mean, they're all right. And as I told a buddy of mine, I said, don't watch the highlights. Just go read the box score. Like, if you read the box score, and I don't know if some of that was due to some drops or whatever that may be, but don't watch the highlights. Just read the box score, and it's kind of trending down. And, I'm not so sure that Auburn can't take advantage of that and continue to make that trend go down. And let's not forget, I know it's a home game, but it's going to be bright lights in Big City for him too, being out there with this is the opening of SEC play for him. And this is going to be a chance for him to try to prove why he's there and why Jackson Arnold isn't. So I don't know why a lot of people keep putting the pressure on Jackson Arnold when I think
there's pressure on both of them. I 100% agree.
Yeah, I think he's got just as much pressure on him that he just gets to do it in the confines of his own house instead of doing it on the road. And so, yeah, I like Jackson Arnold. I like, as I said, maybe some sustained drives. And out of that 32, you're looking at probably 2 to 3 field goals for Auburn, as well as punching the end zone a few times. So, that's what I like. I like low 30s to mid 20s type win for the Auburn Tigers.
I'll tell you what, if Auburn scores 30-something points, I feel really good about this game. I think this is going to be much lower scoring than that, but we'll see. We'll see exactly what happens. But I love the pick. Love the pick. Ben Taylor, how can people check out everything you've got going on?
AUnetwork.com. Click on the WANI logo. We do sports each and every morning just after 7 a.m. So you guys come and join us for that. And you'll notice some of the people that are on there are some of the people that we share on the podcast here as well.
Yes.
So,
Daryl Daprich.
Yeah.
Kyle Rush.
Mondays. Yes. Charlie 5.
And I'm
and Zac Blackerby.
This very conversation is on there. So go give Ben Taylor some love. Please like the video. Please subscribe, and we will see you next time. This has been Locked on Auburn.